trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Doreen Scanlon, wanting to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day out there. It is our first holiday without masks and many restrictions in place, and Providence restaurants and bars are preparing for some huge crowds to celebrate. ABC6 News reporter Laura Puglisi is live for us at Murphy's in Providence with more on that. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Doreen. Yeah, it is so packed in here. The difference from now between about an hour or two ago is insane. You can see right behind me all of the people here, huge crowds of people, and really just a lot of, glimpses into what it used to look like here. The drinks are flowing, the bar's decked out, and yes, of course, it is only noon. This St. Patrick's Day, you won't find plexiglass or social distancing stickers, and you won't have someone telling you to mask up.
It's fantastic. I love to gather with the community.
It's the first holiday with COVID restrictions in the backseat, and people are celebrating.
I want Murphy's to succeed, of course, but this is kind of cramping our style because we come here every Thursday.
Louis Ferrazzano is the owner of Murphy's Providence. The Irish pub is expecting huge crowds of people, and they're going all out.
Just the hype and the amount of people talking about it, like, I'm going to see you in a couple days, I'll see you tomorrow, has been overwhelming, so I'm expecting a long day.
Ferrazzano says it's been a rough few years. 2 years ago, the state went into lockdown, and the bar closed its doors the day before St. Patrick's Day. Last year, restrictions were in full swing, and people had to stay sitting.
Especially on a day like St. Patty's Day, where people are in close contact, to really just be on top and separate people and do it safely was very difficult. The fact that we could kind of let that go a little bit and just focus on what we're good at, making people happy, giving people food, and letting people have some drinks, that's definitely a relief.
And though it's a feeling of cautious optimism, Ferrazzano says he has hope that they'll continue recovering and have many more successful days ahead.
Conventions have been starting to rev up a little bit across the street from us right now, so that's been good. Obviously, PC doing so well throughout the season was really good for us because they play across the street as well. Just seeing people out more has been good for us. So today's going to be, packed to the gills as much as we can.
And Murphy's is, of course, known for their corned beef. They've been making it for over 90 years here. They have green beer. They're going to have live music later. And really just across Providence, you'll see a lot of bars celebrating, making the best of today. So happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you out there celebrating, and enjoy the day. One of the days that we haven't had really in a while here, Doreen. Back to you.
Thanks. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, too. And if you are out celebrating St. Patty's Day today, Warwick Police want to help you get home safely. Volunteers will be giving rides from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. today. The rides are good from any restaurant or bar in Warwick to any residents in the city. You can find the number to call by visiting our website. That's abc6.com. And now to that big Friars game. It's just about a half hour from now. PC tips off at 12:40 against South Dakota State. PC is a number 4 seed, South Dakota a 13th seed. The game is at the Key Bank Center in Buffalo. The winner of this game faces the winner of the Richmond, Iowa game. Our sports director, Nick Coit, is there. He'll have coverage throughout the day. And the Red Sox are back just about an hour from now. The Sox get the honor of playing the first game of the MLB's spring season after the end of the lockout. Boston and the Twins match up at 1:05 on Nesson. And we now know who the regular season opening day starter will be. Nate Eovaldi will get that nod. Chris Sale is hurt and will miss the start of the season. That made it an easy choice for manager Alex Cora. The Sox regular season opener is April 7th at Yankee Stadium. Well, the luck of the Irish not necessarily on our side when it comes to the forecast. It's overcast out there. We've got some Irish drizzle out there today. Chelsea is in the Weather Center with your first forecast. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, definitely a lot less sunshine outside today than what we were seeing the last couple of days. But temperatures are still relatively mild for this time of year. We're sitting at 53 degrees in Providence, average high 48. So we're above that right now, and that's even with all of the cloud coverage and the rain that we've had. We had a lot of dense fog this morning as well. Visibility has been improving in the last couple of hours, but still some spots dealing with fog this noontime. So just be mindful of that. We are looking at overcast conditions. We're looking at scattered rain showers. You're seeing plenty of green on the radar image today for St. Patrick's Day, and we're going to continue to see scattered rain through the afternoon. Now, we're not talking about washout conditions. We're not talking about a soaking rain. We're talking about on and off showers, things just kind of staying damp as we head through this afternoon. Tomorrow looks great. Sunshine, temperatures around 70 degrees. I'll have much more and break all this down for you in just a few minutes. Doreen?
I'll say thank you. And developing news today over at Brown University. President Joe Biden will name Brown University Dean Dr. Ashish Jha as his new White House COVID-19 response coordinator. Dr. Jha will replace the departing Jeff Zients when Zients leaves next month. Jha starts on April 5th. In naming Jha to the post, Biden cited his wise and calming public presence during his TV appearances over the last 2 years, calling him the perfect person for the job. In a tweet, Dr. Jha said he is deeply honored for a chance to serve this country he loves. He went on to say, as much as I wish otherwise, the pandemic is not over. So let's keep our eye on the ball, prepare for surges and variants, work to ensure that schools, work, and other places of gathering remain safe, and vaccinate the world. And now to news new at noon today. A Providence police cruiser hit while responding to a call on Thurbers Avenue overnight. Police say an officer was responding to a report of a suspicious vehicle with his lights and siren on traveling through a red light when another vehicle, whose operator later told police he didn't hear the lights or see sirens, continued through the intersection before the crash. The officer was taken to the hospital for head pain. The driver was also taken to the hospital. The driver was issued a summons to appear for failing to yield to an emergency vehicle. And Massachusetts State Police are investigating a deadly crash on 495 in Foxborough this morning. This was video sent in to us by a viewer. Police responded to 495 South near exit 12B in Foxborough just before 10 o'clock this morning. A driver was ejected from a car and died on the scene. There's no other information available right now, but we do know there was just that one car involved. And now to an ABC6 follow-up. Swansea police say they've recovered $400,000 worth of tools taken by a theft ring. The tools were taken from storage trailers in Swansea, Somerset, and Middletown. Police charged 3 Rhode Island men in connection with the case. 2 were arrested, and police are still looking for 44-year-old Robert Gustafson of Boroughville. ABC6 News at noon covering our schools now, and demolition of the Attleboro High School will begin shortly before April vacation. The small gym, locker room, pool, and some medical rooms will be demolished. The new Attleboro High School opens next year, and the space currently occupied by those rooms is needed for the back section of the new school. Walls will be built in those areas. This Saturday, the school is holding an open house from 9 until 12 to allow the community to say farewell to the current campus. It is the last chance to see those parts of the building. And Mansfield residents will have to vote on a town meeting article asking them to ban so-called divisive concepts about race and sex in the public schools. That includes suggesting the United States is fundamentally racist or sexist. The town clerk tells us the article got enough signatures to be placed on this year's town meeting warrant. If passed, teachers who violate that ban could be disciplined and administrators could be fired. This year's Mansfield town meeting is May 19th at the high school. Well, still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, Ukraine's military launching a counteroffensive in its capital of Kyiv and other key cities. The fight they're putting up there. Plus, WNBA star Brittany Griner's imprisonment in Russia extended. What Russian state media is saying today. Now to the crisis in Ukraine. A fierce fight by Ukrainian forces appears to be hampering Russia's advance in its war on Ukraine. The UK Defense Ministry now says Russia's invasion has largely stalled on all fronts. Still, Russian forces are escalating their airstrikes across Ukraine. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the latest.
Facing indiscriminate attacks on its cities from Russian forces, Ukraine is mounting a resilient defense. As shelling intensifies around Kyiv, Ukraine's military says it's preparing a counterattack north of the city. Ukrainians are fighting with their hearts and grit, providing surprising resistance to one of the biggest armies in the world.
The Ukrainian military has been able to stop its movement towards Kyiv and towards most of the big cities. So the Ukrainian military has done what no one expected it to do.
The British Defense Ministry saying today it thinks the Russian invasion of Ukraine has largely stalled on all fronts. Still, Russian President Vladimir Putin remains defiant, claiming in a speech to his nation the invasion is going according to plan. A constant stream of Russian airstrikes is increasing the civilian death toll. In Mariupol, a theater doubling as a mass shelter left in flames. Satellite images show the word children clearly written on the ground in Russian around the building, a warning not to attack. The number of casualties is still unknown.
We are very strong on the land, but Russians are stronger in the air, and they're taking our women and children from the skies.
The U.S. is now preparing to send $800 million in new military aid to Ukraine, including anti-aircraft and anti-tank systems and 100 tactical Switchblade drones. These so-called kamikaze drones are small, can fly directly into a target to detonate, and require little training to operate.
We're going to give Ukraine the arms to fight and defend themselves through all the difficult days ahead.
Amid concerns that China could provide military assistance to Russia, President Biden will speak with Chinese President Xi tomorrow. It's their first call since the war began. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
And the arrest of U.S. basketball player Brittany Griner was extended by a Russian court. Moscow authorities say the two-time Olympic gold medalist was taken into custody for allegedly smuggling drugs in February. According to the Russian state news agency, the arrest will last until May 19th. Griner is a U.S. citizen who plays on the Russian UMMC Ekaterinburg team, which she has suited up for since 2015. When we come back, Chelsea has a look at your full 7-day forecast. We'll be right back.
Your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
We started the day with clouds and fog outside, and now that rain has been slowly moving in. We're not talking about washout conditions. We're not talking about heavy rain, really. We're talking about scattered showers that are going to continue on and off for the remainder of the afternoon and into the evening hours before we clear things out. And honestly, looking ahead to tomorrow, an incredible day expected tomorrow. Will be much brighter than what we're looking at today. You can see a lot of clouds across southern New England. Visibility is significantly better than it was early this morning. We had visibility down to less than a mile in most locations, so visibility is better, but we haven't really tapped into any sun once the fog kind of thinned out. That was right when the rain started to move in. Temperature-wise, though, even without the sunshine today, we are still seeing above average temperatures in place. Most of us in the low to mid 50s right now, 53 in Providence, 50 in Newport, 51 for Westerly, mid 50s in spots like Norwood and Taunton, 57 out in Plymouth right now. So a nice mild day for this time of year. Remember, we're getting a little bit spoiled this week. We're actually running about 5 degrees warmer right now compared to where we were yesterday at this time. Of course, yesterday we broke into that afternoon sunshine and warmed up pretty quickly, but all morning long was relatively cool. The average high for this time of year, what should be our warmest temperature of the day, is 48 degrees. Today, we're already above that. Tonight, we're going to stay in the 40s. And then tomorrow, I have high temperatures that are going to be hovering around 70 degrees in many locations. It's always a little bit cooler at the coastline, typically this time of year, especially when you get any sort of wind direction coming in over the water. Water temperatures are still in the low 40s. So right now, we're seeing that light breeze starting to come in from the south-southeast, and that will, of course, keep us a little bit cooler at the coastline. Same thing tomorrow. I have 70s inland. Along the coastline, it'll be 5 to 10 degrees cooler. We're still talking about 60s along the coast. So even along the coastline where it's technically cooler, it's still a very warm day. Satellite radar image shows you the rain that's been filling in, and we're going to deal with this scattered rain through the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours. Now, you're noticing some heavier rain just to our south. A lot of that stays just offshore. We don't quite tap into the heaviest of rain, but we do continue to see on and off showers as we head through the evening hours. This is 9 o'clock. You can see the bulk of the heavy rain down to our south and east. Some areas over the islands may get into some steadier rain, but for the most part, by about midnight, that rain clears out from west to east. Clouds eventually clear out from west to east. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, you can see areas to the west getting into some sunshine. Tomorrow looks great. Sunshine for most of the day with high temperatures around 70 inland. Overnight clouds increase, and Saturday is going to be a rainy day across southern New England. On and off showers really from start to finish expected, and it's going to take a while before we completely clear out through the day on Sunday. Mid 50s today, scattered rain, still mild outside. We stay mild overnight as we gradually dry out, and tomorrow any morning clouds give way to mostly sunny conditions. It'll be a warm day with those highs around 70, more than 20 degrees above average. Cooler at the coast, but again, even at the coast, we're in the 60s. 7-day forecast shows the rain for Saturday. It looks like an all-day on and off rain event. Temperatures in the mid-50s still. We'll slowly clear out on Sunday, a little bit breezy. Temperatures still in the 50s, and we start next week really nice. We have one day in the 7-day with temps actually in the 40s on Wednesday. Tracking some rain. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thanks. Coming up, party's over for password sharing on Netflix. The latest moves from the streaming service. And hear from Anna Delvey herself. The fake heiress speaks as she faces deportation. In entertainment news today, Netflix is cracking down on sharing passwords. Netflix says it has looked the other way for years, but thanks to shrinking revenues and increased competition, people will have to pay up. One idea it's testing is allowing subscribers to continue sharing, but pay more every month. Anna Sorokin, the fake heiress portrayed in the hit Netflix series Inventing Anna, is speaking out in a new podcast as she remains in U.S. custody and fights her deportation. ABC's Deborah Roberts has the latest.
She is everything that is wrong with America right now.
I am famous.
This morning, Anna Sorokin, the subject of the hit Netflix series Inventing Anna, continues fighting her deportation.
I do not have time for this.
Her new immigration lawyer feared his 31-year-old famous client had lost her battle days ago, but she remains in U.S. custody. Appearing on the podcast Call Her Daddy from her jail cell in upstate New York this week, Sorokin speaking out on how effortlessly she scammed New York City's rich and powerful.
I was never hiding from the police and then was surprised I got arrested. I thought I'll just go back to New York and I'll just resolve it with my lawyer.
Posing as a German heiress with an invented last name, Delvey, Sorokin says she never told a lie that criminally harmed anyone.
I literally cannot come up with a single example where I'm yeah, let me this person over and they'll never see their money ever again.
Sources tell ABC News Sorokin will be sent back to Germany. She was taken into custody only weeks after her release from prison a year ago. In 2019, Sorokin was found guilty of stealing more than $250,000 from big banks, hotels, and acquaintances, funding a lavish lifestyle while pursuing a business deal.
What's you wearing? You look poor.
Her former friend, Rachel Williams, telling us in 2019 how she helped police arrest Sorokin after Williams was left with a $62,000 bill for a trip they took to Morocco.
It was such a complex, paralyzing moment for me. She owed me more money than I made in a year.
Sorokin has always insisted that hustling friends was not her intention.
I just want to do what I wanted, travel and go places and do things. Money just always kind of represented freedom for me, not just for the sake of the money.
Sorokin first arrived in New York City in 2013. Her Russian-born parents live in Germany, which is where she would be deported. But she's had little contact with them since her legal troubles began. So when or if she's deported, it's unclear exactly where she'll wind up. Deborah Roberts, ABC News, New York.
Still to come here at noon, free fuel, the traffic backup from a millionaire giving away gas. But Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast right after this. Well, drivers in Chicago taking advantage of some free gas this morning, all thanks to millionaire businessman Willie Wilson. He gave out $200,000 worth of gas. As you can imagine, it caused quite the traffic jam. Vehicles started lining up at 5 a.m. for the free fuel. Wilson said he's just hoping to alleviate some of the pain at the pump for his fellow Chicagoans. Pretty unbelievable, huh?
Oh, wow.
I know.
That would be a nice treat.
Exactly.
Pretty
if anyone
right
wants
now.
to do that here,
Right.
that's fine.
Any billionaires around that want to give us the heads up?
Yeah, I'll tell people all about it on Good Morning Providence after I fill up.
Yes, exactly. That's very cool. We are looking at kind of a dreary St. Patrick's Day, but tomorrow is amazing. Today we have on and off showers, temps still in the 50s. Tomorrow we're going to hit about 70 degrees for our inland spots, cooler at the coastline, partly to mostly sunny conditions through the day. Enjoy it. Saturday is a rainy day. It's still mild. We'll slowly clear out on Sunday. I don't think we clear out perfectly. It's going to take a little while, but it should be a decent afternoon, and it looks like we have a nice start to next week. And then we're actually in the 40s on Wednesday.
All right. A really great day tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm going to rat you out. We're wearing our green out, but Chelsea's been wearing her Providence College Friar sweatshirt
Yes, I do
all
have it
morning.
on. I do have it on.
So wishing the best of luck to the PCU Friars. Coming up here in about 10 minutes, we'll have a full wrap-up from Buffalo for you on First at 4. Have a great day, everybody.